Today I spent 24 hours at the Pokemon event, and there I'm gonna try to complete my collection of Pokemon cards, the Journey Friends, which has many rare and hard to get cards. And I'm really scared of the golden cards. Let's see if I can do it. As soon as we walked in, we were already faced with the gigantic structure of the event, with lots of people, a stage, and also cosplayers. I found Red and Rimuru right here at the beginning, and for me the coolest part is the trading area on the second floor. A few minutes before we started our card hunt for our collection, I went to check out the cards and products they had there. I found a lot of rare cards like Mewtwo, for example 3000 Riese. I also found the mini box of Traumatic Evolutions. Before its bad luck could rub off on me, I put it back. Then they called me to sign some cards and albums and take some photos. And after that, they asked me to sign an Elite Trainer box, and before I knew it, there was a crowd around me asking for photos and for me to sign their binders. I was really surprised and of course very happy too. I was so nervous that when it was time to take the photo, I ended up looking at my own camera instead of the camera on the boy's dad's phone who was taking the picture, man. My bad. And while I was taking photos and signing people's binders, this subscriber quickly came by and handed me a card that I thought was for me to sign, but actually he gave me the card, a very beautiful Johto card where in the artwork he's running or climbing up a building at high speed. Seriously, this card is really awesome. I didn't have it. And of course we took a little photo together. And right after that he handed me this white box and mentioned that it had several rare cards and there was gold inside. And in fact when I opened it, it was true. Right off the bat we see a really rare Charizard card which is quite valuable. And looking at the other cards, he had a rare illustration Giratina and also the rare illustration Charizard from the 151 collection. When he said there was gold, he wasn't kidding. After that, I went to take a photo with Cynthia, the most feared dragon Pokemon trainer in the world. I gave a Snorlax house to this subscriber. Then this boy asked me to open a booster pack, and I pulled a Brock for him. And then another subscriber gave me a Tyranitar card as a gift, and I asked him to sign it. Thanks for the gift, buddy. And just as I was about to start looking for my Journey Companion cards, this happened. I was about to complete my collection of Journey Companions, but I was interrupted by Cammy because he wants to tell me something very interesting. Challenge ahead. So what's the challenge? I have no idea. Challenge.
They told me you're the challenge guy. I want to know, huh? Because you're inside RopeCon, your giant trading area?
First edition too.
First edition, this is a PokeCon event, right? Pokemon fans, this is the place to be. As the challenge guy, you couldn't just stroll around my event. I've got a challenge for you, but every challenge comes with a reward.
That's good, that's good. The problem is that I couldn't complete it.
I know there's a Pokemon you really like and a card you really wanted, and it's right here in my hand. Reveal what card it is.
Settle Edge. Wow, I've been after this card for so long.
But you're not gonna get it easily.
Kami isn't as nice as the subscribers who just gave me the card without any trouble. To get these cards, he gave me a challenge.
You're gonna have to get me 5 Gengar cards, but they can't all be from the same person. You'll have to get them from 5 different collectors. It doesn't matter how rare they are, they just have to be different Gengar cards from different collectors. So you're gonna have to work hard in the trading area to get them.
The prize for completing this challenge was the Cerilich card from Prismatic Evolutions that I wanted so much. Challenge accepted. Like, man, that shadow was actually pretty nice here.
Yeah?
The good thing was that this guy and his son heard what my challenge was and were the first to help me out.
X or with?
Any comment okay?
There's Gengar, we traded today.
And after he took a quick look through his binder, there it was the first Gengar out of 5 that we needed to get the Japanese rare illustration Cerilich from Prismatic Evolutions. And the card his son picked was a promo for Gengar. Thank you so much for the trade, we're in this together. So, here's the deal. We have 2 challenges, now completing the Journey Friends set and getting some Gengar cards so we can get the Cerilich card. And there I was, ready with my red trade binder and my Journey Friends binder to complete. And if there was one thing this event wasn't lacking, it was people to trade Pokemon cards with. Well, this is where we're gonna start our card trades and complete the collection. Man, there are so many people here. The chances of us completing this collection today are really high. Hey, how's it going? All good, man. And after giving a hug and taking pictures with more subscribers, word got out that I was looking for a Gengar and this kid came over with a Gengar to trade. How much is it? Are you willing to trade it?
If you want to trade, I'll trade any card.
But just check how much it's worth.
Trade.
How much?
It costs 300 Riese.
Wow! I'll pass on this one. Let's move on to the next one. Unfortunately, that Gengar is out of my budget. While I was starting a Pokemon card trade, this kid said this to me.
If you record, I have videos.
Recording there, you'll show up. Recording.
Because I want to do this. Subscribe.
If they said it, it's settled. Subscribe to the channel, because now begins the journey to complete the Friends of the Journey collection. This subscriber gave me a gold card to sign. Then I realized that this card was the one I needed for Friends of the Journey. I asked him if he wanted to trade and he agreed. So I traded my Zacian full art for the gold card. Then this boy wearing the Eevee and its evolution t-shirt had a Mimikyu that I needed. And looking at my binder, I realized I didn't have it. I traded the Mimikyu for my Milotic full art card 60 reais versus 5 reais just to show how desperate I was for that card. The important thing is Mimikyu is now in our binder. When I least expected it, this boy in a Snorlax outfit, which I thought was super cool, surprised me by giving me a Gengar card to help with the challenge. Now we're missing 3 Gengar cards. Besides that, he wanted the Glaceon card I had from the Prism Evolution set, and he did me a solid by giving me 2 cards I needed. Volcanion EX, which went into the binder, and a Mamoswine EX. Right after that, this boy showed up with a Gengar card to help me with the challenge. The card he chose from my binder was Cowdabrado. Then I met this boy who started picking out several cards I needed as well as some I wanted. He has 4 cards I'm interested in. He's gonna take a look at my binder to see in my binders which ones he wants. And while he was looking through my binder, this guy came over to show me a banned card he had gotten. The banned Misty card, it's really cool. And after we took a look and calculated the value of the cards, we closed the deal. I got Ribombee from Lillian and Maractus, and he got the Zacian full art and the Iris card. Are you trading everything that's here? Are you trading? I've already found one that I just know that I need. Special rare illustration of Bellabolt from Kissarat. And the one who had that card to trade was him. The same kid who wanted to trade the Gengar card. So I asked him to take a look at my binder to see if there was anything he wanted to trade for the Bellabolt from Kissarat. And he said this, not a single card. There really wasn't any card there valuable enough to be worth trading for the Bellibolt from Kissarat. That card is worth about 230 reais. I have quite a few cards in my binder, but he would have to take around 10 cards to match the value of that one. Let's leave it for later and try to get it another time. So with this kid, I got the Shiny Drifloon Evolution for my shiny binder, and he took a Bellabolt EX that I had. Then this girl showed up. She had a lot of rare cards in her binder. So to speed things up, I showed her the cards I needed. Start getting your folder and see if you have these letters here. Look, any of these. Then she pointed to the rare illustration Zacian card from Lupo that I needed and said she had it. Will you trade it?
I just traded it.
So you won't trade it?
I do love it. You're my idol.
When people say sweet things like that to me, I get completely speechless. I just don't know how to react, man. But won't you miss the card? So she took her binder and turned to the page where the rare Zacian card was. I won't have any cards left if you keep trading with her. So I handed her my binder to take a look, and as she was looking through it, the only card she was really interested in was Terrapagos. Then you might ask me, was it the secret Terrapagos from the Stellar Crown collection, Tessif? No. So was it the rare illustration Terrapagos from Prismatic Evolutions, Tessif? Also no. Actually, it was just the regular Terrapagos EX. That card is cheap. The card she wanted to trade was an expensive one. So I gave the card back. Then I went to sign a card for that subscriber wearing the creepy t-shirt, and I even got a hug. He's so sweet! And when I least expected it, that subscriber came back, but this time with the proposal. What offer?
Raptor EX Zacian.
Isn't that not worth it for you?
Zacian? I want the Terrapagos EX.
Are you absolutely sure?
I'm absolutely sure.
Alright, I have the Terrapagos, but take something else too. Take the Terrapagos and a few more cards, like 3 more. She was offering me a really rare card, and all she wanted in return was a simple, almost symbolic card. I was, yes, nervous, feeling a bit bad about accepting something so valuable, but refusing seemed unfair and also disrespectful to her, because you could see in her eyes that it really mattered and that this trade was something she truly wanted to do. And since she did something amazing for me, I asked her to do something that I would like to be marked forever in my binder. I'm gonna ask you for something else too. Can you sign this card here for me? I want it signed in your handwriting. Sign it for me here. I asked her to sign this card, not to mark the trade, but to make this gesture last forever, because now this card carries more than just value. It carries a story, affection, and a moment I will never forget. Thank you so much, okay? What's your name? Thanks, Helena. I'll remember you, don't worry. Helena is definitely someone I will never forget. Back to the trades. This boy gives me a Gengar. Now we have 4 out of 5 to complete the challenge. And the cards he wanted were Paldean Student and Skarmory. What's your name? Thanks, man. I got it. Then I got a mystery pack that this really cool subscriber gave me. I'll make a video later opening it to see what's inside. Another binder to see, and in it was a Zoroark and a full art we need. When I checked whose binder it was, it belonged to this subscriber who appeared on the channel at Keji. His Zoroark full art was worth 60 reais, and I didn't have any cards of the same value to trade, but after talking with his dad, they decided to trade to help with the challenge. So I told him to pick any card from my binder and he chose these 4. Since he gave me the Zoroark to help out, I asked him to sign the card for record. And out of nowhere, we managed to get the last Gengar of the 5 to complete the challenge, which this little girl brought to me. The funniest thing is that I didn't even go after these cards. They just heard that I needed them and came to help me. And the card she wanted to trade for the Gengar was my League Garchomp. Alright, let's take a little break here to organize the cards. I ended up, some cards I already put here in the binder, but others, because of the volume and the speed things were happening, I managed to put them here in the binder. Let's sort them and put them in the binder to really know how many cards we still need to complete the set. Look, the Gengar cards, we have 1 Gengar card here, we have 2. Let's count. 3, 4 Gengar cards, and now we have the 5th Gengar card there. And I think we actually ultimately ended up getting an extra card in total somehow after really... I grabbed my little red mini binder and started taking out the cards I was keeping in it, and now let's put all the Journey Friends cards into our collection binder. So, starting with Maractus, Lillian's Key Bombi, and Zoroark, Brock, and Lupuzation that the legendary Helena gave us. Then, since Kame was beside me, I took the chance to show him I had already managed to complete the challenge of the 5 Gengar cards. Different collectors, I paid attention, so he ran off to get the card. Look at him, he came back super fast. But he had more things with him besides the card he had promised me.
You completed that challenge really fast.
Hey,
You won a Gengar badge. You're a Gengar trainer now.
I really wasn't expecting that Gengar badge, but of course I was really happy. Besides that, I found out there's another mysterious secret badge from Kame's challenge, but we'll only find out about that if we go to PokeCom. Besides the Gengar badge, we also got cards from Kame that are exclusive to China. But the moment I was really waiting for was finally getting the rare illustration card of Cerulege from Prismatic Evolutions, which I hadn't been able to pull. I finally got it. Cerulege successfully acquired. So I went to give Master Kame a hug. We kind of glitched a little during the hug, but in the end it worked out. We finished one objective, but we still have a mission to complete our journey with friends. And remember that Cynthia who took a picture with us while I was looking for her? Looking you upstairs.
Here.
And oh, I came down here. I'm gonna grab some cards and then I'll go back up.
Alright, I'm just at the table in the corner.
Further back or closer to here?
No, here.
In a moment you'll understand why I was looking for Cynthia. But before I meet her over at the trading area, I need to do something. I came down here to pick up some cards because most of my cards that were in this red binder are already gone. Since I traded a lot of cards, and the last few cards we're missing are expensive ones. In other words, we need to buy some pretty expensive cards to get the new ones. In case you're just curious to know which cards I'm missing, the Kissaras Bellibolde, the Golden End Zoroark, and the secret full art of Kissaras Bellibolde. My idea is this: either I buy some expensive cards to trade with people upstairs, or I buy these cards from the vendors. And the first option was to buy the cards from the vendors who were at the event. So I met this guy who gave you all a shout out. Checking through his rare cards, he found the golden Zoroark, but we still needed the golden Bellabolt from Kizara and also the rare illustration of that same card. But even after looking through his binder, unfortunately he didn't have them, but the golden Zoroark was already a big help. And once again, he's giving you all a shout out. By the way, I ended up forgetting to mention that besides the Bellabolt cards from Kisara that I needed, I was also looking for the rare Sinendoni illustration rare. Don't get me wrong, I do have the rare Sinendoni, but the one that comes in the booster box has the logo, and what we need is that same card just without the promo logo. This guy had it, so I handed him my binder to take a look, and once again, I didn't have any interesting cards to trade. I'm really struggling with this. Sponsors, help me out. Second attempt is gonna be with this guy. Maybe there's something in my binder that interests him. Nope, no luck. I was already tired of struggling because I didn't have any interesting rare cards, so I started buying some beautiful rare illustration cards, some a bit pricey, others a bit cheaper, to see if I could make my binder a little more appealing to people who wanted to trade with me. Then I flipped to another page and found this Nidoking from the 151 collection, which I was really tempted by. I'm gonna set it aside for trading, but if no one wants it, I'll add it to my 151 collection. But now we're restocked with new cards, and remember I said I was gonna meet up with Cynthia? Well, it was to open a booster box with her. So, the goal of the box, now, what are we really hoping to pull? So, let's open Cynthia's booster box and hope we get some cute Pokemon. Opening the first boosters, I pulled the rare illustration of Uludolupo. Opening a few more after that, we pulled the Paldean Clodsire, and a few boosters later, I got a Brock card and Cynthia got a Lusa X. When we least expected it, while opening the boosters, this happened. Go!
belly bolt, belly bolt, belly bolt, belly bolt, belly bolt. Belly bolt.
Besides, waiting for him, let's keep going, it's Baby Bolt. Besides, not only were we happy, but the kids who were watching were also really happy that we pulled Bella Bolt from Kisera. And here's the thing, the Bella Bolt she got is the exact Bella Bolt we needed, the gold card. I gave her my binder to take a look and see if there was any card she was interested in trading for the golden Bella Bolt, but unfortunately I didn't have enough cute Pokemon.
Which ones do you want? Because then I can look for what you want in exchange for it. Any in mind? There's nothing. What cute Pokemon do you like? Sylveon? That one's hard to find, yeah.
Yes, Sylveon is tricky. I quickly went to take a picture with Team Rocket, then opened a booster pack with this subscriber who pulled a gold card.
Look at gold one.
Right after that, the same guy we met in the vendor area was now in the trading area. Finally, this time looking through my binder, he found something interesting. So I traded these two cards from my binder for the rare Synandone. And now, rare Synandone successfully captured. I took the opportunity to look at the mini red binder and grab the golden Zoroark and record it in our collection binder. And now, we're in the final stretch with only 2 slots left in our binder. And the cards are the golden Belly Bolt from Kisera and the special rare illustration of Belly Bolt from Kisera. The event was already almost over and it was getting dark, so I needed to get these cards as quickly as possible.
Wow, 2 cards. So, were there people to trade with? There were, but I don't have the cards to trade, so I'll have to buy them from the vendors here at the event. Let's see if I can actually find these 2 cards that we're still missing. I need to be really quick.
So I stopped by the first shop I found and they didn't have the card. I rushed to another shop and they didn't have it either. At the third shop they didn't have it. I think Team Rocket got here before I did.
I can't find this card, man.
My hope was at Tuzi's shop. They had lots of rare and valuable cards there, so I was hopeful I'd find the 2 cards I needed. And that's when Kaike, the owner of Tuzi, came up to me. So I explained what I was looking for.
I'm trying to complete the challenge here. I'm missing 2 cards. The golden Belly Bolt from Kisera and the secret one. Do you have them? Do you have the golden Belly Bolt from Kisera and the secret one? You don't? Man, I really need to complete this today. You really don't have them? I don't have them.
Yeah, I never imagined it would be so hardcore to find these 2 cards. But luckily, I had a plan B. We already know that some people in the trading area have the cards we need. The problem is that I don't have the card they're interested in. So I bought a few cards, like this really cool mini Charizard and a Venusaur Snivy tag team card to use as trade bait. And since I spent more than 200 reais at their store, I got to spin a wheel and won a Tuzi mystery pack.
I bought 2 rare cards, and we also got a little mystery booster here. Let's see if with these 2 cards and the cards that come in here, we can trade for the 2 cards we need.
So I went to open the mystery pack and inside there were several common, uncommon, reverse and 2 rare cards. Now we have 4 cards here that we can use as trade bait. So I started going around to some tables asking if anyone had the golden Kisera card to trade, until someone came up and showed me they had the golden Bella Bolt for trade. I showed him the cards I had for trade. He took a look through his binder and he said he was interested in trading the Charizard card for the golden card I wanted. And of course I accepted the offer. I gave him my Charizard card and took the golden Kisera card, plus I got 2 more cards to even out the value. Thanks for the trade. Now we need the rare illustration of Kisera and this Belly Bolt. And it didn't take long before we found someone who had it, but he would only trade the rare illustration Kisera card for one of these 3 cards he needed. But unfortunately, as we know, I didn't have any of those left in my trade binder. So I thought of a solution. I went to the store I found, which in this case was Maruru. I asked the lady if she had any of those 3 cards, and yes, she had a rare illustration Salamence. So I paid for the card, got the card, traded it for another card with that subscriber who wanted the card I got, and we were all happy with the cards we ended up with. So with the Belly Bolt from here in hand, I took an elevator, the elevator doors closed, then opened. I walked the whole way until I finally reached my binder and registered the golden Belly Bolt. And now the rare illustration Belly Bolt from here will be registered as well. With that, our collection of Journey Companions was finally complete. At least that's what I believed, but in reality, I hadn't completed the collection. I found out that my collection wasn't complete when I got home, posted a story on my Instagram telling everyone that I had finished it, and the followers commented that there was something wrong with my binder. Wrong? What do you mean? I thought I went to check my binder as quickly as possible and they were actually right. I had skipped a card, and when I checked which card I was missing, it was a special rare illustration Salamence. For some reason, I totally forgot about that card, and there were several times when that card showed up right in front of us, and we even bought one for a subscriber, but I still didn't realize I needed it. I was completely desperate. So I went to all the groups and sent messages asking if anyone had that Salamence card, and I waited for someone to reply, but hours and hours went by and no one had answered. Until finally someone replied to me, and the guy had the card we needed, so I quickly got ready and left the house to meet him. I got to the subway, and after traveling for a few hours, I was already in Liberdade, and soon after at the meeting spot. I was going to meet the guy, and while he hadn't arrived yet, I was just sitting there quietly and anxiously waiting. I'll take this chance while he's not here yet to let you know we have a giveaway every month for subscribers and members who support us. To join the exclusive giveaway and become a member, scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description. We're in this together. After a few minutes, he finally arrived, of course with the card we were missing, the special rare illustration Salamence. Besides that, I took the chance to get this Bulbasaur card, which I think is really beautiful and wanted to have. So we made the trade. I got these two cards from him for the cards he chose, and another, a Pheasant Dipped, which I'll have to send him because I forgot it. My memory failed and I didn't bring the card. Thanks for helping me with the challenge, man.
We got the last card we were missing.
So I headed back down the street, and when I got home, I took all those bad cards off the top of my binder, opened it up, and then I grabbed the binder that was in my bag. And now let's get the Salamence EX card, the last card we were missing. And now, at long last, for real this time, the much anticipated, eagerly awaited Journey Friends collection is at last finally and truly complete.